Shul says, if we are this bad without Bruno, then I can't understand why we didn't go for another centre midfielder or a defensive midfielder in the January window. And that is the question of a lot of people. I mean, obviously, they let Shelby go as well, and he played for Forest over the weekend. And I think on one hand, it's Newcastle, just keeping things a little bit intact for the summer, where maybe we'll see them spend a bit more money and they can lay out the plans for the future then. Also, it's just bad luck, isn't it, that Bruno picks up that suspension, and the other injuries have come into play as well.
It is, and I think, I mean, it's no secret that Eddie Howe didn't want to let John Joe Shelby leave, and I suspect when he did okay it, he thought they might get somebody in, and ultimately they didn't. And I think it's glaringly obvious that is one of the departments in which they need to strengthen. And I think you're right. I think it will be somewhere they'll invest in the summer. And we all know they've looked at people for that position or that area of the pitch. But I think the other thing to mention is, and I know he's not a direct replacement, but he's a player who has Eddie Howe has spoken about quite a lot this season. Elliot Anderson might find himself thrust into again, particularly with Joe Willock's injury now, thrust into a role in which he can show how he's developed over the time, to the point where he is now a permanent member of the squad and wasn't available for loan in either of the last two windows.